Welcome back everybody, Gonzalez Brothers Entertainment, and this is day 3 of Star Wars week. I will be discussing The Force Awakens. There will be spoilers, fair warning. Go. So let me begin by addressing the idea or the thought that The Force Awakens is a rehash of A New Hope. There are some beats that it does hit that are very reminiscent of A New Hope, but I think overall it's its own movie, and there's no clearer evidence than Rey. Rey is entirely different than Luke, where we meet them at this point. Rey's self-sufficient. She's been essentially raising herself. She's seen the struggles. She is someone who knows the hard life, the hard times. And when we meet Luke at this point, he is nowhere near that. He's a bit immature and he has a lot of growing to do, which he does throughout the original story arc. But as where we stand here, I think that Rey is a much more interesting character, and I like that they went away from that and they gave us this new strong female character. Secondly, Kylo Ren is so much different than Darth Vader. Here's a character that is drawn, that is torn between the light and the darkness, and that scene where he's talking to Vader's helmet is very powerful to me, because usually we see in these types of films the characters trying to beat away the darkness and embrace the light, but this one is the complete reversal, and I really like how they handle that, because it's him trying to avoid being seduced by the light and coming back to the light side of the Force, and he's really trying to fight it and embrace who his grandfather is and what he feels is his family legacy, and that's so cool, and I really enjoy that. And where we see Kylo Ren, he is not a complete character. Obviously his training in the dark side is not complete, and it's a closer step when he kills his father towards the end of the film, but I think we're gonna get a more complete arc to that story in The Last Jedi. And I cannot close out this review, this discussion, without talking about Harrison Ford in his last role as Han Solo. We should have known from the outset, from him getting such a major part in this movie, especially from any of the other original characters, Luke and Leia. He's the first one we get to meet, and that's such a cool moment, such a callback moment when he steps into the Falcon with Chewie and he says, "Chewie, we're home." And I know that was a big part of the promotion. I kind of wish they would have held that back for the film, but I understand why they used it. And him and Chewie are such a big part of this movie, and it should have been clear to us that he was going to die, because he did get such a big part in it. That's pretty much essentially what I want to cover in this movie. I just want to say I really like this movie, and the side characters of Finn and Poe, I wish we got more with Poe, and he got more to do than the initial start at the beginning and that final action sequence. And Finn was a new refreshing character, which we got to see from a different perspective, that he's running away from the First Order, and he really does want no part of the war. He just wants out. He just wants to run away, get away from the battle, from the war, from the First Order as fast as he can. But somewhere along the way he develops these feelings for Rey, and that's what keeps him in place. And really, as much as he was trying to avoid the fight and the battle, he's the one that ends up in the lion's den and the dragon's jaws, and initiates that final assault on the Starkiller base. I almost forgot what it was called. As far as a big negative, I gotta say it's gotta be the rehashing of using this big weapon to destroy planets and stuff. That was kind of it was kind of lame. Like, I didn't really enjoy it as much the first time. I tolerated it the second time, and watching it many times after that, but initially, I felt it was kind of lame to rehash that. And another slight negative is General Hux. He seemed more like a cartoon character, and that speech he gives before they fire up the weapon for the first time was a bit ridiculous and over the top. And I get it, but he just sounded like such a generic off. Sorry about that, guys. We had a small technical glitch, but I just wanted to come back and wrap this up and let you guys know that now that we are done with discussing all the films, we will be doing a full review, spoiler-free review on The Last Jedi. That will be out maybe around 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But in between Wednesday and Thursday, we got a couple of cool tie-in bonus videos. Adrian's going to be addressing something that he wants to talk about, and I got a cool video coming out tomorrow. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you're alerted every time we drop new videos. For now, this is GB signing off.